Yeah, I've heard the rumors. I knew Meghan Markle was into Princess Diana, but this obsession level just blew my mind.
We want privacy! We want privacy!
Welcome to Popcorn Palace. I am Andy Signor. Oh wait, I'm recording so many videos I forget where I am. There we are. We're in Popcorn Palace, and I'm so happy because entering the palace is Kinsey Schofield. Welcome back, Kinsey. So glad you're here. Royal expert, journalist, and author. Princess Diana book, R is for Revenge Dress, a Princess Diana inspired alphabet book for grown-ups. Congrats on that. Awesome. Thanks for being back here.
My pleasure. I love talking about Diana.
Look, I've been banking a lot of topics thanks to Steph, the alternate. I'm showing my respect. Go subscribe to Steph. She's been helping me organize all this stuff while I've been out of town this week and banking on both channels, our royal content. And this was a topic about her obsession. But Kinsey, man, you just blew my mind. We're going to go through a lot of stuff, some of the stuff we've already done, but I had never seen this one. Can you help clarify? Just so I'm clear. Meghan Markle recreated images of Princess Diana in Rwanda before she met Harry?
I mean, it's obviously we've never had it confirmed that this was her ultimate objective, that she was going to lure Harry in with these photographs. But we do know that her ultimate objective was to be seen as a Princess Diana type figure or an Angelina Jolie type figure. That's why she was doing a lot of these trips, wanted to get in with the UN. And so she goes, Tom Bauer talks about this in his book, Revenge, beautifully. She goes on one of these charity trips, brings a trunk full of clothing and a professional photographer where she recreates some of these images. Again, like the ultimate objective is so somebody sees her and immediately associates her with Princess Diana or Angelina Jolie, because
but was she doing any charity work, or she was just there for photo shoots?
I mean, the photographer and the huge trunk full of clothing is a pretty big red flag, but we do know that she was active in some of these charity works. I don't know, or active with some of these charities. I don't know what the extent was that she actually executed any work. And, Andrew Morton in his book about Diana, or in his book about Meghan, because he wrote Diana's book with Diana and then actually wrote a book about Meghan as well. He says that Meghan, after she gave her big speech at the UN, kind of disappeared, and they weren't able to contact her after that, and you didn't really see her engage with them very much. He kind of leaves it as a mystery, but I think as a reader, you read that and say, oh, she checked something off of her list. She was done, right? She just needed to be able to say she had this moment where she spoke, she told the soap story in front of Hillary Clinton and everyone. And so that was there, that was out there. And now she had that to put on her resume and her bio, and she could move on. But, he talks a lot about how she utilizes people or places and charities and then disappears. And as you know, as well as I do, that wasn't Diana. Princess Diana was so heavily involved in these things. She was overworked to the point that once it was announced that her and Prince Charles were separating, she said, I need a break, and I'm gonna take a step back, because her entire life was working for all of these charities. She was very sincerely invested in the people and the places that she worked with, to the point of, I think, it being emotionally exhausting for her. And that's why we remember her almost as this martyr or saint type character, because
she wasn't doing it to bring wardrobes and photo ops. She was doing it because she actually wanted to do it.
Sincere, absolutely.
Right. It's also wild, exactly, because now Harry is like going back to Africa. He wants to go back to his roots, but he's bringing a Netflix camera crew.
Well, I will say at the end of her life, when Diana was kind of lost and trying to figure out what next steps were, she knew that there was such intense media interest in her. And so she was saying to people, what if I use this media attention and work with like the BBC or somebody like that to create these documentaries around these charities that I'm passionate about? So it kind of just feels like he's picking up where she left off. And that's great if it's sincere and if it actually comes to fruition. But what we've discovered with Harry and Meghan is that it's a lot of talk and very little action. But this is just a theme we seem to find with Harry and Meghan. If you watch the Netflix series, you saw Harry blatantly compare Princess Diana to Meghan Markle. If you look back on the press release that they sent the day after their nearly catastrophic 2-hour car chase in New York City with bumper to bumper traffic. Again, there are shards of Princess Diana's memory throughout that. I think he sincerely believes it. I don't think it's very healthy. And Andrew Morton also says that Meghan had his Princess Diana book on her bookshelf. He talked to the woman that gifted it to her. He talked to her daughter, who said, yes, she read it multiple times. They watched Diana's funeral together. According to Andrew Morton, Meghan was much more passionate about Diana and the royal family than she will admit to today.
Well, that's what's so crazy, right? Because she answered that question like, oh, I didn't know anything about it. She's been playing dumb this whole time. And if she had just owned it and be like, yeah, I love the royals. I was shocked when Prince Harry looked at me and chose me. It's a dream come true. If she had done that and just embraced it, I think it would have changed everything. People perhaps might have liked her. The whole thing would have been different. It's so weird, but it's creepy because not only was she lying about it, but I just didn't realize you go back and you start looking at just a lot of it's just, dude, this is your husband's dead mom. Like, and you're just, this is more than just nods. Like it is weird the amount of time, and you can go through and there's so many slideshows and examples of just how many times she's really tried to emulate it. I mean, sure, you want to respect your husband's mother, I guess, in a way, but I don't know. It feels cringy and creepy to me. Where do you stand on this? Should she be dressing this much in the style of Princess Di?
Well, it's funny because we're not necessarily seeing it today as often. Of course, we see her far less today, but when we do see her, she's in these browns, these really neutral colors, very blah. But I love it because on the Netflix special, she specifically accuses the British royal family of insisting that she dress in vague, like, ugly, earthy colors so that she wouldn't stand out from the Queen or the Princess of Wales or Queen Consort Camilla, who was just, the Duchess of Cornwall at the time. She specifically says that she had to dress dull so she wouldn't outshine in these dull colors so she wouldn't outshine the other royal women. And then today she's wearing like white tank, brown shorts. And I'm like, if that was the case, you would be peacocking all day, every day, all over Montecito. You are so full of it. But you even see it in some of the leaks. Like recently there was, I believe it was In Touch or Closer magazine, leaked that Meghan Markle could replace Princess Diana in the Bodyguard sequel that Kevin Costner specifically wrote for Princess Diana. I mean, I call BS on all day, every day. I think that there's no way that conversation.
That would be such a. I kind of wanted to see that cringe. I gotta be honest, Kinsey.
Yeah. But B, it just feels like another day, another way for Prince Harry and Meghan Markle to try to hijack Diana's memory. Why? Because she's universally loved and celebrated. And Harry and Meghan don't have the same brand. They did, but once people started to talk about their behavior behind the scenes, the entitlement, the toxicity, I think that people lost interest in them, especially Americans. Just the constant whining. That episode of South Park is so true. Leave us alone. Hi, Ellen. Leave us alone. James Corden, I'm right here. So it's just, I think that the ultimate objective is that, they steal some of the fondness and the love that Diana's memories have from people.
Do you final thought on all this? Do you think, because there's like thoughts here, if Diana wouldn't have been good enough to Meghan if late princess were alive, how do you think they would have reacted? I mean, obviously, huge speculation. Do you think they would have gotten along? Do you think Diana would have approved? Or do you think it's just it's hard? It's weird because it's almost hard to make that whole assumption because the loss of his mother, to me, has so much relation to now finding Meghan and Meghan using him. Yep. But it's hard to imagine this would ever have happened. Had Diana still been in the picture, he might have been in such a better place at that, you know what I mean? But let's say they were, do you think they would have gotten along?
Yeah, I won't even go there, Andy, because I'm with you. Had Harry not lost his mother, he would have married a Chelsea Davy. He would have married, I think he would have really fell into that the young, innocent, sweet love that he had, some of those first girlfriends that he had. I think that's where he would have been. That's where he would have ended up, similar to Prince William. There's that sweetness, that innocence. This girl likes me for me, no questions asked. I'm not worried about what if is she scheming, what is she out to get. I think that we would have ended up with a Chelsea Davy union, or and, maybe one of the other women around that time frame. I just don't even think we would have gotten here. The appeal around Meghan was that it was a long distance relationship, which sexes everything up. Absence makes the heart grow. Oh, I can't probably say that right.
That's fine. No, you get to the end of the video.
it makes, absence makes the heart grow fonder. And there was an excitement around the fact that she was an actress. He could turn on the TV and watch her. They barely saw each other at the beginning of their relationship. It took extreme effort to see each other. And, the appeal of a secret relationship, climbing, up and down staircases to make sure nobody saw them together, shopping on the opposite sides of the grocery store, that, all of that stuff, that magic, existed because he felt like he was rebelling. And I don't think that that would have been necessary if Diana was here.
Yeah, I agree. I think that's a fair breakdown. Very fascinating conversation, and you clearly know your royals. We'd love to have you back. We do a live on Fridays. It'll be fun to have you back if you're willing sometime. Hope we can schedule that in. Always a pleasure. Guys, go support Kinsey's book. You can see it on Amazon. Go pick up a copy. Better yet, go subscribe to her podcast. I was there. I hope to come back someday. You can check out the To Die For Daily over on Spotify and other playing places. Instagram, YouTube, man, you got a lot of places, but go support her. She's wonderful. We love her, and she's a fan of our channel, so we support her right back. So thank you for being here, Kinsey. Final thoughts for the audience?
Yeah, I think that the countdown is on. Watch this space. I think that it's going to be a wild year for the royal family coming up. I think that there's going to be a lot of good gossip on the horizon.
So you're saying good time that I launched Popcorn Palace.
Exactly. Yep.
I'm not too late.
Right.
Woohoo, good.
Write it right when you need it.
Right in time. Just got in there, baby. Right before the royalty is going to get juicy. Do you think they're going to divorce? Final question.
Ultimately, I do think that that's a likelihood. Yeah.
Wow, everyone I talk to says the same thing. Everybody feels that way. I don't wish it on anybody or them, but does seem like that's where things are headed. So there you go. Royal Expert. Make sure you subscribe to all our channels. Hit that subscribe button. Hit the bell for all alerts. Smash that thumbs up as well for engagement, and tell us your thoughts down below. How obsessed on a level of 1 to 10 is Meghan Markle about Princess Diana? Put your number in the comments down below with everything else. There you go. Thanks so much for being here, Kinsey. We'll be back with her again, I hope. See you guys soon. Thanks for watching. Check out all the other royal guests this week on both channels. Appreciate you watching here on Popcorn Palace. It's like a weird voice every time I end it, but it's fun.